إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's important that we do so before the prayer starts. So if we still have not as yet given fitrah on behalf of ourselves, our family, the elderly and the young from our household, then we should do so now, inshaAllah. Once more, we want to look around and make sure that the rows are complete. If you see a spot in front of you, please fill that gap, because there are many people still pouring in from outside. And inshallah, it is our responsibility to ensure that we can accommodate them well. So one more time, if everyone could please stand up, inshallah. Inshallah, let us all stand up and inshallah form the rows. Ensure the row in front of us is complete from both ends before we complete the row that we are in. So if you see a spot, let us come a bit closer to each other. If there is a spot, fill in the gap. If there is a little space, moving closer towards the middle so that we can accommodate others. MashaAllah, there is space, people are moving forward. Starting from the first row, MashaAllah, we have some more space there, alhamdulillah. Just a few more seconds, MashaAllah, people are trickling in from the second room into the main hall. That's beautiful, MashaAllah. There is space, brothers. If there is a spot in front of you, brothers or sisters, please move forward and fill in that gap. The brothers in the main hall may be seated. The sisters in the front may be seated. The second hall is still being filled up. Allow that process to be complete, and then inshallah we may sit down. If you see the row that you're in is complete on your right and left, you may sit down. Similarly, in the back hall, in the foyer, and also in the gymnasium, if you see the rows are complete, you may be seated. Brothers and sisters in Islam, inshallah, we are going to be performing the Eid Salah. The Eid Salah consists of 2 rak'ah or 2 units with 6 additional takbirat. This will be performed without an iqamah. So when I will give everyone the go, we will all stand up. And I will say Allahu Akbar. Everyone will raise their hands and say Allahu Akbar, and then they will tie them. Upon tying them, we will say the thana, Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa tabaraka ismuka wa ta'ala jadduka wa la ilaha ghayruk. After which you will hear 3 additional takbirat. When you hear Allahu Akbar again, you will raise your hands and place them down by your side. I will say Allahu Akbar again, we will raise our hands and place them down by our side. And the third takbir, we'll say Allahu Akbar, and then we will tie our hands. Upon the completion of the first rak'ah, we will enter into the second rak'ah as we do in any other prayer. There will be nothing different. But upon the completion of the recitation in the second rak'ah, in the second unit, before we bow down and go into ruku', when we hear Allahu Akbar the first time, we will raise our hands and place them by our side. The second time we'll hear Allahu Akbar, we will raise our hands and place them by our side. The third time we'll hear Allahu Akbar, we'll raise our hands and place them by our side. And on the fourth takbir, we will then go into ruku'. Upon the completion of the prayer, there will be a short khutbah and a sermon, which is a part of the prayer. Everyone is requested to remain silent and attentive and not to leave or move, as this is an integral part of the prayer itself. Upon the completion of the prayer, we will then give instructions for what will follow. On your way out, brothers and sisters, please thank the volunteers. If I forget to say this, they're doing a tremendous job, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of them. Say Ameen. Let us all stand up, brothers and sisters and children, for the Eid prayer. No, it's not important. It's not important. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى سنقرئك فلا تنسى إلا ما شاء الله إنه يعلم الجهر وما يخفى ونيسرك لليسرى فذكر إن نفعت الذكرى سيذكر من يخشى ويتجنبها الأشقى الذي يصلى النار الكبرى ثم لا يموت فيها ولا يحيا قد أفلح من تزكى وذكر اسم ربه فصلى بل تؤثرون الحياة الدنيا والآخرة خير وأبقى إن هذا لفي الصحف الأولى صحف إبراهيم وموسى. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. هل أتاك حديث الغاشية وجوه يومئذ خاشعة عاملة ناصبة تصلى نارا حامية تسقى من عين آنية ليس لهم طعام إلا من ضريع لا يسمن ولا يغني من جوع وجوه يومئذ ناعمة لسعيها راضية في جنة عالية لا تسمع فيها لاغية فيها عين جارية فيها سرر مرفوعة وأكواب موضوعة ونمارق مسفوفة وزرابي مبثوثة. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. My fellow brothers, elders, sisters, and children in Islam, as we awoke this morning from the Ramadan adapted slumber, a great portion of the global ummah had already observed the Eid prayer. Some had the ability to pray in the main town, while some were forced from their homes. Many had a selection to choose from their scent, attire, and shoes, while many forgot in the last 30 days alone if a selection ever existed. Some woke up under their roof. Some woke up accustomed to no roof. And some are adjusting to losing their accustomed walls and lifelong efforts and earnings. Yet despite their condition and state, greeting one another with the greeting of Eid Sa'id and Eid Mubarak, this fell on the ears of families across the globe, from friends and neighbors. And yes, many are uttering it today to tombstones, to their loved ones that have passed on and are no more. As the condition of the Ummah continues to change, everyone in this Ummah stood up in front of their Lord, thanking Him, praising Him, glorifying Him, acknowledging this mandate in Islam, the Eid festival itself, a celebration that has no ties to a person or a people, no connection to a time or a period. Rather, the focal point is you and your achievements come your connection with your Master, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala articulates this goal, this moment, this day in the Holy Quran, in chapter number 2 and verse 185, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلِتُكْمِلُوا الْعِدَّةَ وَلِتُكَبِّرُوا اللَّهَ عَلَى مَا هَدَاكُمْ وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, that you shall complete the number of days of fasting so that you may glorify your God for guiding you and that you may be thankful. Hence the point is clear. Just as Ramadan and fasting, time and prayer, wealth and charity are connected, likewise, Eid too has a connection which entails a sense of worship. Through the acceptance of this prize earned by your personal individual accomplishment, this is the primary reason of Eid, and the celebrations itself and the festivities are secondary. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لِكُلِّ قَوْمٍ عِيدٌ وَهَذَا عِيدُنَا. Every people have their mode of celebration, their way of celebration, their time of celebration, but this is our celebration, this is our Eid. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on this blessed day that He allows us to understand this great honor and this great achievement and to value it and to continue building upon it. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar walillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, Wallahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar walillahi alhamd. Fellow Muslims, we all know that the chains that had shackled the devils are once again unlocked and unleashed. The opportunities that bolstered good and botched evil has passed. Yet the Ummah remains in a state of confusion and chaos. A conclusion can thus be drawn that 1 month of fasting through abstinence from the lawful alone hasn't strengthened us enough to bar us completely from the forbidden. 30 days of prayer and continuous standing at night haven't yet bore the fruits of steadfastness, and constantly frequenting the presence of each other in the house of Allah and other places has yet to bond us as one ummah. But the struggle continues, and so does the task. Because a mode of worship has just come to an end, but the mode of worship will continue to change itself in different ways and different shapes and forms. For example, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it forbidden for us to fast on these 2 days, the Eid Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Abstaining from fasting on this day and celebrating this day is also a mode of worship. So our struggle, my dear brothers and sisters, will continue. For the task at hand is great and the need is dire. And the solution for our global problems, our individual problems, our family problems, and our community problems are with us. we have the solution. Ramadan isn't the end. Let us not continue a culture where we deem Ramadan the end of it, where we deem Hajj the end of it, where we deem Jumu'ah the end of it. That, oh Allah, I've done it and that's good enough. No, this is just the beginning. For just as finding a spouse is the beginning of marriage, not the end of it, and just as acquiring a degree is the beginning of your path of success, it is not your success. And just as opening a business is the path towards being affluent and successful, it in itself isn't the path of success. For we acknowledge in all three of these examples, there is a continuous effort required. And similarly, post-Ramadan, the effort that is required has to be continuous. On this blessed day of Eid, I call upon the Ummah that we work together with each other, for each other. And on this blessed day of Eid, as the world is suffering from loneliness and depression, a problem that we as a Muslim community will address, and inshallah we are going to solve. On this day of Eid, no one should be alone. I call on community members to open their doors and give open invitation to everyone, from those who are divorced or widowed, those who are single, those who are new to Islam. Let them know that your door is open, because on this day of celebration, no one should go back home and stay alone. We need to go out as a community. We need to celebrate as a community, and we need to bond together as one family. And I call on those who may be hesitant or reluctant to go to someone's house, that it is a duty on us as a Muslim, ijabatud da'i, that when someone invites you, you must go. So if someone invites you today or says to you on social media that my house is open, that's an invitation, you must go. Ramadan has allowed us forgiveness for all our sins, brothers and sisters. Any one of us, for even a minute in the month of Ramadan, or a second in the month of Ramadan, turn to Allah and said, Astaghfirullah. Turn to Allah and said, Ya Allah. Turn to Allah and said, Ghafurur Rahim. Allah has forgiven them. We have to believe that Allah has forgiven us. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through this deen of Islam, inspires us with hope. And He teaches us that He is there for us. Hence we, as His servants and the people who are obedient to Allah, should never doubt Him. And if you do doubt the forgiveness, or if you doubt that you had the opportunity in the blessed month to ask Allah for forgiveness, do not despair, because the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam teaches us that the doors of forgiveness are open until the sun rises from the east. So on this day of Eid, brothers and sisters, continue making dua, because du'as are accepted on this day. Continue doing good, because your good is valued in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Continue struggling for the greater good. The devil has come out and we're fine with that, because we are going to challenge him as he has told Allah he's going to challenge us. And may that person who is successful prevail. Ameen. So enjoy one another. Talk to Allah. Smile to one another. It's a sunnah. And roll up your sleeves and continue working. The best advice I can give at this time, in this state and in this moment, to the Muslims globally, is the repetitive words of Allah's Messenger and the succeeding caliphs. They would say, Ittaqullah, Ittaqullah, Ittaqullah. Fear Allah. Honor Him. Acknowledge His presence. Through reverence of Him, in acknowledging His commands, His path, and His promises. This is the only thing that we need to continue to gain our success, and that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We send salutations and blessings upon Muhammad Mustafa who guided us, who inspired us, who showed us that it is practical and possible. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran, Inna Allah wa malaikatahu yusalluna ala nabi, Ya ayyuhal ladhina amanu, sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima, Allahumma fasalli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad, abdika wa rasulika al-nabi al-ummi, wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa baraka wa sallama tasliman kathiran kathira. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم إنا نسألك من الخير كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم، ونعوذ بك اللهم من الشر كله عاجله وآجله ما علمنا منه وما لم نعلم. اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية والمعافاة الدائمة في ديننا ودنيانا وآخرتنا. نسألك اللهم من الخير كله ونعوذ بك الله من الشر كله. آمين يا رب العالمين، آمين يا رب العالمين، آمين يا رب العالمين. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجب لكم ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. Three things. On behalf of my family and I, to all of you, Eid Mubarak. I don't hear you. Eid Mubarak. Number two. Please don't get up. Please don't get up. Number two. Salatul Jum'ah is today. There's Jum'ah today. Just to let you know, there's still Friday. Now, I want you all to do one exercise for me. Can you all do that, inshallah? Let us all stand up. Everyone stand up. As you stand up, turn to the person on your right, hug them and say Eid Mubarak. And then turn to the person on your left and say Eid Mubarak. And from the committee and myself, Eid Mubarak. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Eid Mubarak to all of you. There is a pregnant woman. She has fainted in the multipurpose hall. Her husband's name is Farhan Samdi. Farhan Samdi, please go towards multipurpose hall, towards the gym. Farhan Samdi, please go towards the multipurpose hall. And if you have not paid Fitra, please do so. There are two donation boxes, one for Fitra and one for donation itself. Donation goes towards the expenses managing the Eid. So please